Okay, all right. The May 2021 Park Board meeting for Falls Township is now rolling along with a roll call. We're all here, but Lainey Strick, she has to work. So Colleen, Jesse, and Shelley and me, we'll decide all the momentous things tonight. Okay. All right. First item on the agenda, approval of the meetings for April of 2021 minutes. Everybody get a chance to read the minutes?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Did my best.
Oh, you typed.
I did my best, everyone. Hello, messenger, Jesse. How you feeling?
I'm sorry. I'm getting better, slowly but
Good.
surely, but getting better.
Good.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay.
I'll second them.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Did we lose Colleen?
No, I'm
I
here.
know.
Aye.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Minutes passed 4-0. Okay, next on the agenda, memorial program applications for consideration. We have 2, counting the one that came in late today, right?
I think we have, hold on just a second. I think we
I
have.
have 3.
Oh, we got 2 in the package?
I
Yeah,
think
Oh,
there's
yeah,
2
we do.
benches and a tree.
Wait. Oh,
yeah,
oh,
combo, yes. I'll go through them individually for you.
Okay.
The first one is being presented by John and Donna Reardon. They're looking to do a bench and a tree at the same location. They want to put in a dogwood, flowering dogwood tree and an evergreen color recycled plastic bench. This would be located next to the children's playground on phase 2, right behind the home at 9156 in that open area.
which is where they grew up.
This is where they grew up, yeah. So they're gonna have a tree and a bench right there. There's plenty of room right there.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that area. That's where they would love to put it. So it's all for consideration.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Neither do I.
Yeah. I motion to approve that one.
I'll second it.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
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 There we go.
All right.
I should give that a harder time. I worked with John's brother, Ed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did call them because I did question, the one thing I did have a question on, and I'll confirm this with them. They did pay for one plaque. I assume that's going on a bench. And then they also have something at the bottom for the tree. I don't know if they want an extra plaque by the tree also, which they could do.
Yeah.
That would be a little more, they would have to pay a little more money on that. But that's something I'll have to confirm with them. I didn't hear back from them. So we're just passing, the tree, the bench with the plaque right now. And, if we make that adjustment, they want that, we'll go forward with it. So I just wanted to clarify that.
How much is the plaque for the tree?
They're typically anywhere between 100 to 120. It depends on how many letterings on them.
Mhm.
Typically, the less lettering, the cheaper.
Yeah.
The typical 8x2. A lot of people have been going with the 10x3 with a little more wording on it. That average is about 125.
Mhm.
That it wouldn't be more than that.
Okay.
So, okay. All right.
All right.
Good. All right. Next one I have is just a tree, actually. It's from James Marcel. It's a flowering dogwood and anywhere around the lake. And he will have a plaque put with it. So he kind of gave us carte blanche where to plant the tree.
Okay.
So got plenty of room for that.
I love that. I love that they're planting trees.
Yeah, we don't get too many. And we're actually looking, Barb's working on where we can get the best pricing on the trees right now.
Mhm.
We kind of call around at different places. So I think we called several of the nurseries. The garden center isn't selling them right now. I think our best bet might be Shady Brook right now to get it as quickly. So yeah, it's the tree program's always been there, Jesse. You don't get too many requests though. So this is pretty different. We get 2 in one night. So
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen
No, it's very rare. But yeah,
Never seen a donate, you have never seen a donation as lovely as a tree, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's neat.
so, I mean, it's pretty straightforward with this one, anywhere around the lake. I'll call James and double check, give him some options, where he's comfortable with it. We always like to do that anyway, but there's plenty of room for that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't know, what's the time frame for this?
right now, I'm going to tell you the time frame for the benches and the trees is a little longer. Well, I could speak from the bench standpoint. It's partly the manufacturer right now. They're having some supply delays.
Oh, yeah.
Colors, especially the light cedar brown color. That color particularly, that's one of the colors we have. I'm waiting on one that I think I mentioned at the last meeting that we approved, 2-3 months ago. It's coming. It should be in this month.
Okay.
So that's part of the problem. And the staff right now, we have so many projects going on right now.
Well,
Maintenance.
it's grass season too.
And grass cutting just started. Yeah. Now the good news, we're bringing in some seasonal workers now, just starting up. So I'm hoping that helps to get some of these projects done, like the benches, the playground repairs. Obviously, have to get done.
Mhm.
And the bigger projects like we have over at the pool with the pavilion. Right now, I'll get to this. The path over at the new playground, that sort of stuff, requires manpower. And
Mhm.
some of these repairs are require manpower because it requires heavier things that need to be put in place at the playground. So that's another thing we've been struggling with. I'm hoping that gets better now that we got some seasonals. So not to get ahead of myself here, but this is a pretty straightforward request from Mr. Marcel, and it's for board consideration.
Well, I asked about the time frame because, we had sort of talked about the peninsula,
Yeah,
but I assume that would be a longer term. So I don't know how long it would take to actually plan a path out there or
yeah,
if we plan a path and then try to,
Mhm.
put the tree in a place where
yeah.
it'll still be part of it, but not in the way.
Yeah. I mean, I off topic too. Jason Lawson from Public Works. He's always been interested in doing like a brick program out there and memorial bricks.
Well, we would need the asphalt path to get out there to make
Yeah.
a place for memorial bricks.
Yeah.
So that's
But
another.
We are not going to have 100,000 memorial bricks to make a whole path out.
No, not at all. No,
What?
it would lead up to it, and then it would be built around. That type of
Yeah,
stuff.
it would be the interest. It would be the interest focus for the peninsula.
Right. So, and the time frame on that, I mean, it's not happening anytime soon. Like a big project like that, maybe next year we can look into that,
Mhm.
doing something like that. But it wouldn't be this year. So,
Okay.
so we would plant this tree where he would want it. I mean, there's plenty of tree. We've already planted some regular trees over there in that area.
Yeah.
Just in general. So if he's comfortable over there, like I said, I'm going to call him and, we'll get a spot where he's comfortable with it and we'll just place it there. There's plenty of room for trees. So
Okay.
it's a good thing. So that's all for consideration.
Okay. Next is Karen and Mark Snyder.
Aaron and Mark Snyder. Did you guys take a vote on that? Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I motion.
I'll second it.
Okay. Making sure.
Somewhere where there's a view of the lake.
Yes, they want it wherever there's a view of the lake possible. This is a memorial bench, gray. Gray seems to be a color that's pretty much in stock. Out of it. They haven't been that color for some reason hasn't been delayed with manufacturing.
Okay.
Where they kind of highlighted was the side opposite of where the dog park would be, the opposite side of the lake in that
Okay.
area, where we have ample room still. Gives them the view of the lake.
And like we talked about,
Mhm.
the benches can be paired.
Sure.
Paired benches actually will be a bigger attraction, I think.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of room there, for where they want it.
Bless you.
Obviously, like with we'll finalize the spot before we place it with them, make sure they're comfortable with it. But in general, there's ample room there, and it's a pretty straightforward request.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 There we go.
And we have that last one.
One
that-
more.
One more.
One more. This is the one I sent you separately. I think we got it yesterday. It's from Jasmine Razanika. Lives on Hedgerow Drive. Yes. She wants to do a dark brown plastic bench with an 8x2 plaque, pretty basic stuff. And she actually marked up 3 locations, if you have the map. The first location is kind of on the off the walking path, children's playground on phase 2, which is a pretty popular area. But there's still room there, I believe. Her second one was down at the 3/4 mile marker past the dog park on the same side of that path between Penn Valley and the dog park. And the third one was on the peninsula. So I would think out of her first one, there should be room there. Yeah, I think so. I'll double check it, but I think, like I said, we can pair up along there.
Well, was this in preference, or she didn't care as long as it was one of those places?
Preference order. First, yeah, she went 1, 2, and 3. Her first was near, opposite the playground area. The second was down further towards Penn Valley, past the dog park, and the third one was on the peninsula.
Okay.
So, I'll see what we can do. I'll do my best to get her that number 1 option down there. But other than that, pretty straightforward. Just us finding the right location for it. Out of the 3, we'll find one that'll work for her. So, the last one.
Okay, well, I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
Okay, Colin second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. So it goes to me with park facilities updates.
Yep.
The docks at Quaker Penn were installed on April 12th. They're up and running. So far, we have one issue we have down there, and I was talking with Shelly before we went live here. I have a big wasp issue right now down there at the docks. We're actively trying to take care of that. It's a day-to-day thing. Seem like they are very fond of the docks this year. It's the first time I've seen it. I can't really remember us having too much of a problem with wasps down there, because I had a couple patrons that contacted me, and one person had gotten stung. I've seen them down there. Our guys are down there checking it every day, and they're going to hit it with spray and try to do the best they can with it. Probably something we're going to be dealing with for a while. Like within the last couple of days, it wasn't that bad, from what my guys told me. So, again, it's an ongoing thing that we'll keep on top of. We did have, when the docks were put in, we had a extremely low tide a couple weekends ago, where it was almost like a tsunami effect out there, where the docks were like on rocks on that left-hand side. Once tide came in, it righted itself. There's a piling, an old one there, and it still needs to be cut down, I think, because one of the rubber floats catches on that sometimes when we have that issue. Trying to work with the dock guy on that. It might be something we have to do at the end of the season, or get out there when it's extremely low tide, kind of work quickly. It doesn't need a lot of clearance, but I think we need to get something there. Because what that does, it'll lean, the dock will lean a little bit until the tide comes in, and that kind of puts stress on the rest of the dock. We had that issue a few years ago. They did some modifications to the docks that helped for that, but that's something I'm kind of working with the dock guy on. Actually, I got to send him an email on that, see what we can do. But other than that, people are buying passes. People are down there. And Kelly was down there the other day. It's been pretty busy. We had some good weather. So I anticipate us doing really well down there.
Well, we may have another low tide event this month too. So
yeah.
Next couple months might be some more extreme tides.
Yeah.
If we're going to do it, we may have to do it then.
And they did some dredging downriver off to the right-hand side. If you go out into the river, from the dock, over the winter. So I don't know if that affects anything. I don't think that does at all.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. And again, that when I showed the dock guy a picture, he's like, I've never seen that. That's that low. So like you said, Ralph, that's something we're gonna have to keep an eye on. The good news is that when the tide comes up, the the docks right themselves. So that's a good thing with the new system they have in. But the one thing I would like to get done is maybe get that piling cut down somehow. We just got to figure out who's going to do it.
Well, they're wooden and they're what, about 15 inches in diameter?
About that, yeah. So it's just getting out there, when it's low enough,
With
what,
a big chainsaw.
yeah. So that's something I'm going to work on with the dock guy and our staff to see, who's going to do it eventually, because I think that'll help the situation if we have that in the future. So everything's going well down there. Over at the Mill Creek Manor Playground, we are currently installing the ADA accessible path over there. The guys are working on that right now. Looks great. It's coming in right off of Lynn Avenue. Leads right up to the playground. Our staff's almost completed the audit of the playground. Everything seems to be in pretty good shape there. We had a few things we worked out with the manufacturer. So that should be open fairly soon. Looking to get the temporary fencing removed because the kids are ripping at the fencing to sneak in there. They've been doing that for a while. I'm waiting on that company to come take the fencing out. So I anticipate that playground in another week or two will be up and going. It looks good too. So that'll be one less thing, on our plate to finish. We have to maintain it, but to finish right now. Which leads me to several of the other playgrounds. They have a lot of repairs that we need to do, repairs that we've had known about for a while that we're getting scheduled, and a couple that have popped up recently. We have to do repairs at Community Park Phase 2. That's a existing one I've talked to you about before. The Valley Day Tot Lot is another one, which I talked to you about before. Von Hoffman, the larger play unit, the 5 to 12 play unit, we had to order a part. These parts are in for Community Park Phase 2, Valley Day, and Von Hoffman. It's just getting our guys scheduled to get it done. I'm hoping with the seasonals coming on now, that'll free our guys up to do some of these repairs. Then we had an issue at Community Park Phase 1, an issue where the ramp, where the spiral slide is over there, the ramp was kind of wearing a little bit.
Mhm.
The good part is it's under warranty, so they're sending us a new deck, which should be shipping out tomorrow. So that'll be another thing we have to replace. Good news is we don't have to pay anything for it. It was covered. And Vermilion Hills Tot Lot, we had a kid get injured on the tots, the tire swing over there. Apparently got his finger caught, where the S hooks are,
Mhm.
tire swing. I didn't know about it to the next day. Jimmy Bray, who does our playgrounds, he's also a volunteer firefighter. Somebody had called that night. So that's how he found out about it. And he went out first thing the next day, and nothing's structurally wrong with the unit. There was nothing there. It's starting to wear a little bit up top. That wasn't the issue with this kid. So what we did, out of abundance of caution, we removed the tire swing. I'm going to put a new one in. It's going to be similar to the one over at Penn's Grant. Doesn't have the S hooks down there at the bottom where the tire is, so that kids won't put their finger. They won't have a place to put their fingers and get them pinched in there. So
What playground was that?
that's for Vermilion Hills Tot Lot. That last with the tire swing. And then,
I mean, was he hurt bad or just pinched?
I haven't heard anything other than I guess they called 911 or whatever, but no, nothing. I haven't gotten any word of anything serious or anything. Like I said, Jimmy went out the next day, first thing, and the first thing you want to see, what's the issue? It could have been the S hooks on that style. That's the only thing he could think. Not that they weren't compliant. It's just maybe
There was an opportunity for the kid to work at getting his finger in there.
Yeah, it could have been that. I don't want to say I wasn't there, and I don't really know more particulars about it. But what we're going to do is, out of abundance of caution, we're probably going to put a new one up there that won't have that issue.
Mhm.
And we'll be good once we get. I'm waiting on a quote on that, so we'll get that replaced. Along with all these other repairs that need to get done. Pinewood Pool Pavilion, that work continues. I've been told we are going to have that pavilion done right before we open. So we're in a time crunch now. So I'm told we're going to have it done. Yeah, they have the post in. They're gonna be laying a concrete pad. I think this week, and then they'll put the roof on and tar paper and shingle it, and should be good to go. We definitely need that room, so they're working to get it done, and obviously work at the pool. We'll be picking up. They're gonna be taking the cover off. We order chemicals for it. And it should be coming Thursday or Friday, and should be getting water in that pool next week, getting that all ready to go because we have a couple weeks here before we open. So that's kind of where we're at there. We did find out at phase one, the garage concession stand, that building, we've had several shingles blow off of that roof on that building. Had a couple roofers take a look at it. I think right now we're just going to replace the shingles. I think it does need a new roof though.
Well, that building is now
Yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to take the similar path that we did with Three Arches. We're going to, kind of repair it right now, and then I'm going to push that in a budget for next year and get that done.
You might need to look at the pavilions as well.
The pavilion is fairly new.
Oh, that's right. That had to be done.
4 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
And phase two was done about 2 years ago. The only other pavilion we'd have to do is that smaller one by the hockey rink. That's a small one. I'll probably try to loop that in with that roof there. So we're going to just try to get a quote from one roofer just to replace the shingles. Another roofer said he needed to do the whole roof. I was like, well, that might not be in our budget this year. So we're going to try to, just do the repairs probably for now. I haven't gotten approval yet on it. Just found this out the other day. I did notice the shingles. I went to, quite a few have blown off. You're in a wind tunnel down there. Sometimes we had some bad storms. So that's another big project we'll have to get done. Good news with that, most of them will be fairly new.
Well, this is normal. This is normal stuff.
And you can't, like I said, 23 years, you can't ask for much more than that. So, and then, that's pretty much it. For Three Arches, that roof, we are applying for the grant for that, working with historical, it's a company that specializes in historical renovations, are helping us with the bid. That job's going to have to go out to bid. We did apply for the grant already. Sorry. I'm hoping that'll go out to bid fairly soon. I got to reach out to them because I'd like to get the grant. We could get awarded the grant if we're approved in July. So not that we have to wait for that, or even if it's after if we get the grant or not, it'll get done. So I'm just waiting for them to finish up the bid spec so we can get that out to bid and try to get that project rolling soon. I guess everybody heard about the hockey rink. We did get approved for $55,000.
Nice.
Which is great for the grant. I believe we had to go out to bid again on the surface work because the bid came in way too high. That should be coming up fairly soon for the second round here. So I gotta talk with Joe Jones, the engineer, about that. So we got to get rolling on that, get that work started. The dasher board guys are waiting on us. So that's something. Hopefully we get a few more bids this time around, and getting that grant assistance is going to be a big help there too, which is great news. And get that job done this year. So I think that's pretty much all I have for facilities at this point. We had one repair done at Kirby Park to that playground. We had a welder come in and weld some pieces where the rail was a head entanglement risk there. So we had to close the area. It was a little wide. So we just got a couple pieces welded on there, and that did the trick. So that playground's all set now. But that's all I have there. So I guess I'll go on the department report.
Yep.
As of today, we had 71 kids register for camp. We had one drop out today. she got in another program. It was, covered through her educational. It was a better fit for her. So we dropped one. So we're down to 70 kids for camp right now.
What's the max for that?
84. So a couple groups are maxed out at 12. That's what we're allowed in the classroom. Our smallest groups are the 10s. So we might combine them with the 11s, to make, one larger group.
Which groups are maxed out?
5, 6, 8s, 12, 13s, 5, 6s. 7 was close. That one dropped out today. Maybe 9s. Yeah, the lowest group's the 10s. I think we have like 5 kids. So, it's going to be what it's going to be this year. We're going to do our best with these restrictions and not where we want to be. We usually have twice as many kids and twice as many staff.
Yeah.
We go on trips every week. We go to the pool every week. We have in camp entertainment. A lot of that's kind of, not happening. We're going to do our best to be creative in-house with these kids and get them outside as much as possible, especially with the new guidance with no masks.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Brian, with them changing and pretty much saying that they're, moving towards lifting a lot of these restrictions, does any of that affect summer camp programs?
That's a Pennsbury question at this point. We're following what they're allowing us to do.
Mhm.
The problem on my end is with the planning and putting staff in place and all. It's a little late for me now to go and get more staff to accommodate more kids. I don't know if Pennsbury's comfortable with that. A lot of people have found camps already. If there's room where we can tweak it a little bit, add a couple more kids per group, I could see that maybe happening. But it's from a planning standpoint, we had to go into this, doing the bare minimum. I actually lost a couple counselors. One counselor got a student teaching assignment that she needs to do. Not that she didn't want to come back, and then we had another one drop out due to COVID concerns. Didn't want to work, so we might be hiring a couple counselors. I don't foresee an issue doing that, but to increase our staffing and the amount of kids at this point, probably it wouldn't be feasible. But good news is we're going in that direction.
Yeah.
Future. So I think this year we're just going to grin and bear it and get through it and try to put on the best program we can do, and then come back strong next year, and get back to where we want to be. It's a lot easier when we can do what we want to do. We can offer more things, more trips, more. It's a little tough this year. So, but we'll make do. But if something changes there, I'll let everyone know if we're allowed. If Pennsbury gives us any more leeway or whatever. So, all right. Pinewood Pool, our numbers are really low at Pinewood. I have eased a lot of the restrictions, as you know, but numbers haven't really moved very much. Hoping we get a nice push here as the weather's getting warmer here as we get closer to Memorial Day. I think it'll pick up a bit. I think maybe people are waiting a little bit and see how it goes, and then they'll make their decisions.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for announcements on restrictions being eased.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, honestly, we have eased most of them. I mean, the biggest restriction and biggest feedback I got in a negative way was the use of a reservation system. So I eliminated that, and a lot of people were happy with that. We're allowing up to 2 guests per membership option. I see us being able to increase that at some point. But other than that, I mean, the use splash nights, the Pavilion Rentals, the after-hour parties, they're still kind of on hold right now. But the main gist of what we do there, the pool and what the members like, isn't going to change that much. So I'm hoping people will kind of do a word of mouth type of thing, pass the word on, hey, it's fine over there, come on over. And as we get closer, and then I think if, like you say, if they go publicly, go with something publicly where things have been eased even more, that'll be a good promotion for us there. So yeah, again, I think the pool's going to be very similar to the camp. We just got to get through this year. Is it going to be a moneymaker this year? No. We're going to lose money? Yes. Trying to limit as much as we lose, but we want to get that service back. We didn't have it last year, and a lot of people are appreciative that the pool is back in some form. So I think that's important, going forward. And again, who knows, with numbers easing, restrictions easing, we might get an influx there at some point, and we're going to be happy with that. So again, I started with probably the worst case scenarios when I laid it out there. Anything now should be good news. So it's the approach we took, and we'll see where it goes. But I know the staff's getting excited, for it to open. I'm kind of glad it's opening. I kind of missed it last year. It's kind of a lost year, but we'll get it back this year. Lifeguards, we hired 3 lifeguards last week that just went through a class, and I have two more to interview, probably, to reach out to me within the next week or so. So we're starting to add lifeguards. I know we still need to hire quite a few, but that's starting to trend better too, to where we want to be staffing wise. It's been hard to find a class. So, but I actually reached out. A young girl reached out to me today right before the meeting, and then another gentleman reached out over the weekend, and he just finished the class up. So could be some other classes finishing up that we might get some hits on too. So we're getting there at the pool. All our staff's going to be recertified on the 16th. They all need to be recertified. The instructor at the Chamonix Aquatics has been nice enough to come over to Pinewood and do them for us, since their pool's closed, which is great. That saves everybody a lot of time and hassle, because nobody got certified last year. So your certs are good for 2 years. Everybody's kind of expired except for 1 or 2, but everybody will be compliant before we open. So that's the good news. Right now, we're getting great responses for the fishing derby. Ralph, it's going really well. I'd probably say I've received 20 registrations so far, with a lot out there. And I did go to Bart's, drop some apps off there. I don't know what Bart can do with us as far as donating.
It's been rough for everybody.
His supply is a little bare down there. He does.
I wouldn't lean on him for a lot. If we have to spend extra money this year, it's
I ordered trophies and ordered medals today, new ones. Not like we had before. So we had some leftover trophies, but I kind of matched. So we're going to do that, and Bart will probably do something. He said he'll try something, but we're not doing the casting thing, so there's not as many things to give away. So
it's only a couple things that we would give away on that.
That's true.
And realistically, we may be able to still do that casting contest.
We could. We could add that in. I didn't promote it, but it's something we could still do. We could probably do it.
We'll weigh that as it gets closer.
As we get closer. Yeah. And I'll probably stop down and see him next week. Yeah, because I know he has some apps down there. He gets a lot of people to sign up down there too. So trying to get as many people to sign up prior. I know we're going to get walk-ups the day of it, so it always works out that way. But the more people we can get ahead of time and get ready for it, the better.
I will warn you. If you want me to try to put them together, I may have to get them earlier. We're having my daughter's college graduation party for the family on Saturday, and she's going to have friends on Sunday.
Oh boy! Okay.
I will have no time.
So I'll try to get them to you a couple of days before that weekend or whatever. If that works. And the week or early that week.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to go see where are we at now. I can see Bart next week. Get what he has, and we'll get more. And I'll put a notice up. We need your apps in as soon as possible. And we'll get as many over to you and get it ready. And then the less we have the day, even better. I try to really emphasize trying to get it to us sooner, so we don't have to worry about registering people that morning. But we'll do it. Is everybody available that day to help out? by chance?
I'm not.
I
Shelley,
should be able to be there.
What's
okay.
the day again?
May 31st, it's Memorial Day.
I should be, I
Early in the morning.
think, but
Yeah,
there
it's,
might be
it's
some-
early in the morning. You're out of there usually by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll let you know, 'cause I'm not sure if we're gonna be away or not.
Okay, that's fine. Just keep it in mind. If you can make it, great. I'm gonna talk to Mike, our park guard. I know a lot of his buddies usually help us out with measuring the fish and everything. And I could probably bring a couple of staff in to help out if we have to. So we'll get it covered. It's not a problem. So I'm looking forward to that one. A lot of people were really, really excited when that went up on Facebook. I was getting a lot of responses. So that's good. It's a good thing. Today, we started our Exploring Archery program today. We have 36 kids registered for that program.
Wow.
Very popular. We've broken them down in two groups. She started today. I didn't get a chance to get down there today, but the park guard took some pictures for me, and kids seemed like they were having a good time. So we might pick up a few more kids after that. So we'll have to see. We'll see how it goes with that. We might do another 6 weeks if this goes well, and then they want to do a summer camp. I think I was mentioning that before. So kind of excited how this is going here. It's probably double the amount of kids I thought we'd get. So it's a good thing. She's excited, the instructor. It's more fun to teach a class with more kids. I'll keep everybody updated, see how it goes, and the feedback we get on it, from parents and everything. But they really jumped on that, so I'm really happy about that. Yoga by the Water program was supposed to start last night. We got rained out. That's going to start next Monday. We do have 8 participants registered for that that are pre-registered. That went up from, I think I had 4 on the notes. We had 4 more people sign up since I did that, report for you. So that's good. We might get a couple of drop-ins too. We just need the weather to cooperate since we're outside, but it is what it is. So that's a great thing. The fitness boot camp program didn't go over well. We only had 1 registered participant. We're going to try to change course a bit here, and we're going to go with Zumba. We might try a Zumba program in the park. We're going to be working with Crunch Fitness on that. They tell me that Zumba does very well over there, so this might be a better fit for people. So I'll be putting an announcement out about that probably in the next few days, see if anybody's interested. That would start in early June on Sunday mornings down at the park from like 9 to 10. You stay tuned on that. Pavilion Rentals are booking at an extremely high rate. A lot of weddings this year up at the gazebo. Barb was on vacation last week. Monday through Wednesday, all I did was answer calls about pavilions, which is great. A lot of people put a lot of plans on hold last year. Everybody wants to get out. So I think from a revenue standpoint, we're going to do pretty well on pavilion rentals this year. That's kind of where we're at, booking a lot of that, getting ready for the pool, getting ready for the camp, kind of drumming up, getting ready for the busy time, the special events, drive-in movies will be here soon. I got to finalize the dates with Kyle on that, and a couple concerts. Summer concerts will be starting in June. They're all booked. We're going to be rolling pretty soon. So that's all I have really for now.
Okay.
This is enough probably, right? Yep.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Okay, and that covers it. We have no guests to comment. Any board comment?
Public comment.
Nope,
No public
I'm
comment.
good.
No public comment.
All right.
Okay. All right. If everybody's good, then
Yeah.
I hope to see you guys at the fishing derby
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can make it.
bright and early on Monday morning.
I'll get in touch with you, Ralph. We'll coordinate with the registrations and all.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Thank
Everyone.
you.
Thanks again.
All right. Good night. Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make the
second.
motion to adjourn.
Oh, I'll second.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.